being documented. Yeah, I'm being documented. Well, you not paying me? You not paying me? 5 seconds.
Keep it to yourself.
Reggie with the MCM. Reggie with the MCM bag.
No.
Well, go on, you're right. What's good?
Channel 4.
Why do people do that when they say
Yes. Yo. Have you ever been walking in the woods before? No. I try and go at least once a month. It's just like a kind of recalibrates my mind, you know.
It's falafel!
I want to say F-A-L-A-F on the tune. Man, best pull up the tune. If you don't pull up the tune, man might grab those decks and pull up the tune. I reload that. Yeah, say it. Yeah. Come through. One day only.
walking through the woods, I see my feet tired. I'm just trying to clean my mind, bring out the genius inside, cut off all those bad times. I only need those good vibes, darkness over light. The darkness I right, darkness in my mind. I see darkness in my sight, darkness by my side. I'm walking through the woods.
Oi.
Wow. No. Wait. Ethan. You know So Large?
Hmm?
You know that grime video I was showing you earlier? With So Large on it? JMO just sent for him. It's about to get messy.
Why did you send for him?
I don't know. It's about to get messy.
Okay, let's wrap this.
Into the rust of your tongue. Girl, I could have been someone to you. Would have painted the skies blue, baby blue. It's for love.
En 63 lichamen geborgen. 15 mensen worden nog vermist. Een schip verging zaterdag bij stormachtig weer in de Golf van Boni. Dat 118 mensen aan boord en 40 mensen hebben de ramp overleefd, onder wie de kapitein. En dan het weer vanuit het zuiden.
It's a chance for me just to escape, walk and talk everything out that's on my mind. Get it out, like literally talk loud.
It's like having a dream but controlling it. I was controlling the dream,
Tell me about the
but
birds.
with the music. So it sounded. No. It sounded like the music. Yeah, was actually like, I don't know. Like I was there inside it.
What were the colours?
There was all kinds of colours, but it was a different story every time. Like that last song, it was like, it's just the perfect vid. Like if I was to give this to King Cool right now and be able to translate what's in my head via like USB into a laptop, it would be the craziest video ever. It would be like amazing. But it would fit every song perfectly. I had one for every single song.
Stop leaving him up. Look at me.
About to head out. Bro, this bathroom stinks, man. This bathroom stinks. But it's like 4:30. Second day in Amsterdam. Prague tomorrow. Silly kids.
I think that's what people want to hear. If they're listening to your work and it's something they can maybe not relate to the whole story, but relate to different parts of what you're saying, then you're going to create a little fan base and etc. But that was sick, though. That was really good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's just because obviously I went through a really short like a day or two where I was really frustrated because I couldn't I remember reading something which was like, if you're trying to start out as new or something, you should always try and create what's familiar. As in, like, you should always do something which is familiar to the people in which you're trying to, you're trying to like get their attention, because therefore they're able to relate to it and they're able to kind of flock to it, which is
Real life, isn't it?
Yeah, but what the problem is, like, because obviously my first project was so kind of original and different that it was almost like too much to be introduced by. So I thought, well, maybe I should try and like rap, like maybe I should try rapping, or maybe I should try and do this mellow jazz type rapping.
Yeah, I think
But then I was like, nah, that's not even like that's not me. I can't. That's not like, why should I try and bend my art for that? So let me just do what I do.
Yeah.
But do it in a way that people can like talk about things and that people can relate to, or can kind of like understand, because they might know something similar.
Yeah, that's true.
And so there's my relatability. There's my familiar bit. One morning I woke up to the sound of dreams. In fact, there were senses everywhere. I could smell it and I could taste it. Logic was a thing of the past. There were people in the roads and the pavements had tire marks. The colours were so abhorrent. Come take a trip into my subconscious. You'll see that I'm connected. I'm very in tune with life. I keep my ear to the ground and I feel and speak when I choose to. I manipulate my outcome. I am master of my own emotion, but I still feel things. I still feel things. I still feel things. The dream should stop that. My aim is to capture time. You say it cannot be captured. But impossible is only possible to the logical man that sees obstacles. I've actually had enough of you.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's game over, mate. Game over. Sometimes you got to know how to fly.
You got what?
When you're in 2 feet, mate.
You got what?
You can't be following me. Listen, don't be a backpacker. Yeah? Get on the way. Oh, lock off.
Yo. Yo. Have you ever been walking the woods before? No.
Because when you're a burrito eater, street sweeper, coming around with a beef and a guitar, if you want more, I'll just give you the detail. You want a pizza? Me?
Wow.
Piece of me?
Wow.
I'll show you how to eat her. Not her. She'll eat me. Like, girl from Albania, G.
Like, as nice a view as this is, I'm finding it difficult to like capture everything. I prefer writing. I prefer making stuff when it's pitch black. So as pretty as this is, I can see there's so much to look at. and the people and you capture everything, but I prefer doing it all in
Off
the
your
film.
pants.
Huh? We play.
Here we go. So, I'm still here. You thought I was gonna go away. You thought I was gonna go in there. Oh, come on, man. Send them back chairs.
That's why I'm not on camera.
Come on. I try and go at least once a month. It's just like a kind of recalibrates my mind, you know. It's like a cleansing process. I just kind of, it's a chance for me just to escape, walk and talk everything out that's on my mind. Get it out, like literally talk loud. Let's try this again. Always be documented. Always be documented. Walking the streets of Prague. Sounds of John Coltrane in my ears. World full of such ugly. Nothing's beauty is all I hear. I feel such beauty when I'm here. I feel such beauty. Walking through the woods, but I'm tired. Yeah, I was walking through the woods, but I'm tired. When I was walking through the woods, but I'm tired. When I was walking through the woods, but my feet are tired. I'm trying to clean my mind. Let out the genius inside. Cut off all those bad ties. When I only want those good vibes, darkness over light. I prefer darkness when I write. I have darkness in my mind. I see darkness in my sight. I keep darkness by my side. Walking through the woods, but I'm tired. When I was walking through the woods, uncanny perspective. That all depends on your objective. Retrospective interjections. Might see me loading up my weapons. Will you follow suit or end profession? Go on, tell me what's your question. Will you enter the box or be cut off? Here's your label, don't take that off. Sounds so imperative. Let me peel that back and just check what that was layered with. Loss of control, force a man to try take hold. I say loss of control, force a man to lose his soul.
Press till you get killed off Killian and make a man dance and make a man million. If it gets sticky, I doubt it gets sticky. Then I'll call up L to bring the bank diddy. He was like, calm, hold tight, raw safe. I'm just getting changed, I'll be there in a jiffy. Then I come around with a bang diddy box. Drag man out of his socks like, oi, come on, man.
sure, mate?
You sure, mate? Huh? You sure, mate?
Get all my bars are coming more mature.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot my beat then.
That's even a word. I think
Yeah.
there's things you're coming out with, and it's like
There's a girl called Kira.
almost as a compliment. It's like, did you write that kind of thing? Which I think is sick.
Yeah.
I mean, to be touching on things like when you first started saying it to me, I thought you were reading me a quote,
No.
and I was like, this is good.
Moonlight in the night sky. Times like this, I forget the days I'm in. Cause on times like this, I forget the days I'm in. I forget the things we did. I forget the things I miss. Cause on times like this, I forget the days I'm in. Times like this, I forget the days I'm in.
Face to face with undulating grace. Your gently sway and slip away to something to replace. Trains of delight, cold, cold view, rich as the night, afro blue.
Special times, finding myself, asking questions, constantly reminding myself, mind you for a change. I'm constantly minding myself. Yeah. Looking at the moonlight shine on the water in the canal, thinking I can still find beauty in such a twisted world, traveling Europe in no particular order. I'm such a different child. I make reference that I'm strange a lot. If I could, I would change a lot. Force the pain to stop. Big celebration when my creation drops. Cause on times like this, I forget the days I miss. Cherry infusion. Very infused cause I'm very confused. Red eyes in the night time. We saw some beautiful views. Easy times when I'm with my dudes. I said, easy times, we got nothing to lose. Hey. Yeah, give me a sec. Hold on. Do you, let me get some money. Just backing it upstairs though. Yo. Yo. Have you ever been walking in the woods before? No. I try and go at least once a month. No, go again. We want that again.
That was sick.
Where did that come from?
4 a.m.
Scratching.
That was sick, man.
Am I doing it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wish I could drop a dope rap like Gambino. Chillin' with my homies over at Nido. Got all these bitches, so I call you Fido. But when I speak German, I'm rapping like Cito. Ali or Schlampe can make me verstehen. Falling deaf ears, you can't hear what I'm saying. Call it the rap game, I guess I'll keep playing. About to blow up, please stand back, Super Saiyan. I spit it so hot, keep it raw like the sun. No Glock when you talking and go get your gun. Now you seem shocked when I spit it like Flocka. Y'all didn't expect this, hold on, I'm not done.
Yeah.
But I am. That was my plan.
Wait.
Now I'm off the top.
Yeah.
Like I'm driving a van down by the river. Call it a skizzer. I don't give a damn if you ain't got scissors. I'll cut you up into little bitty pieces.
Yeah.
Not so neat like Reese's and
Yeah.
Reese's like kids on a playground.
Yeah.
Doing the
It's just like a kind of recalibrates my mind, you know. It's like a cleansing process. I just kind of, it's a chance for me just to escape walk and talk everything out that's on my mind. Get it out, like literally talk loud as well. As loud as I want.
So I go with my old bar search.
What?
My normal bar search.
Your normal voice?
Yeah. My speech is minimalistic. I don't talk too much like flips. I get them down in the Rambo thing and then I dip like 51 and I dip like 51 cause I'm from the south just like 150. Man said he ain't seen me on the roadside of my studio. JP get busy. Definitely don't wanna buck him. See them on the road, I'm a dust like the mom and I jump out the car. I see the front bar. Man, I got the vision like me from far. Man, I got the vision like me so far. Cause I'm a young guy like Mitch in the bar. I'll pad a man up like Pepsi Mark. Then I take shots just like your bar. Then I bang bang just like Chief Keef. Might send me and Phil and me for JP. Send me and Phil and me for LP. Frankie and Murphy. Pass you on the money. Pounds, dollars, yeah, no repeat. And I know I am seen, I still got it. Spicy veggie rapping, no be milky. Chips about the sauce and the heap more leaf. And I run a boy down with a kicks. Yeah, run a boy down with a whip. Yeah, run a boy down with a stick. Yeah, run a boy down in a dip. Yeah, run a boy down with a kick. Whoa, run a boy down with a stick. Whoa, run a boy down in a dip. Whoa, and I run a boy down and I never do tripping.
Like it's genius though, to get a picture of yourself on an album when you're a little kid, because he always talks about the things he went through. And when you look at the picture, he doesn't look like a happy kid. So I think that shows what he went through and how he was feeling, without even having to say a word.
Says a lot, innit?
Yeah.
He captured the sounds though. Like the sounds that he wanted to capture, he harnessed them. And I think that's so important. Like, I think that's so important. Like it felt like New York. It feels like New York. When you listen to it, it feels like New York. Like it.
Like, do you try capture what you hear? Like when you're making a beat, do you like to?
It's. I think I capture my, like not what's around. I don't necessarily capture what's around me. I capture the way it makes me feel. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that the beat, for example, the beat that we made the other day, or I made the other day, just as a quick demonstration. When I'm in the zone, I can just knock stuff out like this, like left, right, centre. And I have been in the zone, especially being here, and that beat to me feels like like a free pass in and out of my zone. That's what that beat feels like to me, and I think this place has allowed me to have that, and that's what I've taken away from Berlin. You know what I mean? Some of the poetry that I've written has, depending on where we are, like has reflected that. Like if I've got my headphones in and we're walking through the streets of Prague, and I'm talking about some of the beggars that you see with, you know, their chests down to the floor and their heads buried on the pavement, and they're not even looking up at me. Like, you can hear that in the tone of the poetry, and the beat that I need to put behind that needs to reflect that.
Definitely.
But I don't know if I know consciously how to make it sound like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just have to feel it. I just have to do it and feel it. And to me, that's what I can see. I don't know how to make it that you can see it, but you know, I think
that's the beat of writing your lyrics when you're out and about.
Yeah, you take it all in.
Because you're writing it in the moment rather than looking back and then writing it. So what you're feeling at that exact moment, you're putting onto your pad or your iPad or your phone.
In my soul, still listening to broken glass. Could I be near perfect after? Your bite stronger, my back sharper. You leave faster, I run faster. So sweet like laughter. Especially after walking a jigsaw, cooking your heart. This much of sparks.
It was the 80th minute, yeah. we winning the game, and I was like, I scored a hat trick or something, right? He goes, Josh, come off. He took me off, and this is the worst footballer. He gave away 3 penalties.
No, you're joking. You're joking.
He gave away 3 penalties.
You're joking. No.
He tried to catch the ball in his hands. He caught the ball in his hands. Like he was a keeper.
Wow. That's That's fake. That's fake.
She used to be Christian
Before, now she wanna do is shop at Christian Dior. Like, baby, those are cute, I adore those. Trust me. Project's coming on sick. I'm in the zone constantly. I jump in and out so easily. This place especially just allows me to do that. My friends are running it and they're realizing how sick this is. Realizing my powers. So we're creating and we're making sick stuff. And we're not even thinking about the output right now, we're just thinking about this zone, this space. This space
That's right. I'll you'll get it. I'll pick it.
Yeah.
Try to compete if you are in no position. I wish you would listen. I take you back to this trial where I am about to be home again like New Edition. My footage is solely meant for the shoe and fixin'. Used to record in the basement that Rennie grew was piffin'. When Pops turned over keys like a new ignition. If Hove is Jordan, I guess I'm cool with Pippin. Till I mention it, I wanna play.
Comeback season. I feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
Comeback season right now. That's where I feel like I'm at. I feel like because
From London. Oh, very nice. It's your first time.
How can you tell a girl who's 20 minutes down the road
That's
that the distance is too far? That was so funny.
when I started working, my first paycheck, I bought this watch. And it broke my paycheck, like, broke. I had no money. I bought the watch on the first day I got paid. I was working in Liverpool Street. We were doing some contract. Doing some contract. I should have had a pen with me.
Wow.
I need to come back and murk up the see what happens. It's nice though seeing Josh and the work that he's putting in. He's dropped one track, and he was performing in Prague and he was sick, bro.
He smashed it, absolutely smashed it.
Man. I was so surprised. I was standing on the stage like, this kid, like the leaps and bounds leaps and bounds. And the thing is, he hadn't, at the beginning of the year, I was a different person. At the beginning of the year, I was focused on something completely different to what I am at the end of the year. He's been the same throughout the year. He had a goal at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year, he started to execute.
Yeah, it's true.
He just told me this morning he's doing a radio show on the 17th of January or something. Like, it's sick.
He's doing well, man.
It's so sick to see. We're in different lanes. We're in different lanes, but it's nice to see.
Then you kind of feed off each other's energy, isn't it?
It's nice to yeah, comeback season. Oh, it's a mad
Yo,
thing.
go.
Oh, it's a bad thing.
Oh, yo.
Thank you.
This ain't good.
Comeback season. I'm still trying to explain this. Comeback season J.
Go all day.
I should just write it down in a poem and explain it to you that way. Yeah, you know what? Bun this. I'm gonna write a poem about it. To try and explain it. Comeback season. I'm beginning to cherish the freedom, produce, edit and record what's a beautiful sequence. Throw away the evidence, I don't want to pledge my allegiance. I'm going in for life, they can't hold back a genius. Whilst I'm obscure, I'm sure you can't disrupt my cleanness. Adrena Mill featuring Ethan Blake on a Drake Closer to My Dreams remix with a beautiful sequence. There is a widespread supposition that without education I cannot bless your speakers. What do they try to teach us? I do not believe this.
Walking to school thinking where to now, I felt like the man of the year every time I had to share the presentation. The underdogs were the last hope of a better civilization, but even they discourage growth and progression of an equal nation. What kind of streets are these upon where I walk the pavement? Whilst I'm obscure, I'm sure you can't disrupt the vibration.
Yo. Yo. Have you ever been walking in the woods before? No. I try and go at least once a month. It's just like a kind of recalibrates my mind, you know? It's like a cleansing process. I just kind of, it's a chance for me just to escape, walk and talk everything out that's on my mind. Get it out, like literally talk loud as well. As loud as I want. It's funny, man. Like it's not new. I remember times when I was younger, different occasions where I'd have been taken on a walk in the woods. And it wasn't really a thing for me, but here I am now.
But what Amsterdam, Prague and Berlin have given me is the ability to freely think. Like, I've had so much time to think and reflect and remember and feel. And that's what they have given me, and that's what I can give, and that's what I can push out through this project. Like, just, you know in life, when you're busy, when you work every day, when you're busy, you have like thoughts sometimes, or you remember certain things, or you feel something in that particular moment. But because you're so busy rushing, you kind of forget to, you kind of forget about it. You kind of forget how that feels, or forget how good that particular experience was, because you're so distracted with life's normal, busy schedule. So when you take time out, bruv, even if we're here and we're not doing anything apart from sitting in the apartment drinking wine with my headphones in, I'm able to reflect and think and go deeper because I don't have anything else that I have to do.
What is that, man? But if you ever get the chance, go for a walk in the woods in the dark. It's scary, I won't pretend like it's not a scary thing, but it's magical. It's magical.
As long as you're expressing yourself and nobody else, and you're gonna do good things, aren't you? Great things, in fact.
Yeah. When I worked out, it was okay. When I discovered it was okay to be me, that's when I became the person that I am. Like, I know it sounds funny, but what I mean is that's when I became the person who freely says what they want. That's when I became the person who puts out artwork, whether the next man down the road thinks it's good or
it's you though, isn't it? Like,
that's what I mean. But when I felt like it was okay, when I realised actually it's okay to be, that's when I really did
Right,
this.
should we
That's what I'm doing.
should make some movements?
We got things to do.
Yeah.
The project is called Back in a Minute Walking Through the Woods because that's how I feel. You know, like in this moment in time, I've been doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of thinking back, a lot of observing, seeing how things have changed. And you know, I have to literally go back for a minute. Like if you step out of now and go back in time for a minute, and I literally will be back in a minute. Just me trying to be clever, I guess. But walking through the woods is a literal thing. I'm literally walking through the woods, but I mean it figuratively too. You know, the efforts of reflecting. It's like a figurative walk through the woods. Because that's what I do when I walk through the woods. I reflect and I think. Enjoy.